Hey, good morning. It's Saturday, May 23rd. And welcome to the beginning of the Memorial Day weekend. I want to continue pursuing this idea of wisdom that we've been talking about the last couple of days. And I'm going to continue reading in Proverbs chapter 4 and just making some comments for us as we go through these passages. Remember, this is Solomon remembering the words that his father David had spoken to him. So as we begin the reading this morning, listen, my son, accept what I say, Solomon is remembering what David has said to him. And it's got to be a double-edged sword here, because David is painfully remembering all the areas where he did not exercise wisdom. And Solomon saw the fruit, the rotten fruit of what it meant not to follow wisdom. So that's the real life setting here that's always before us when we read the Proverbs, but particularly chapter 4. So in that context, Solomon, repeating his father David, listen, my son, accept what I say, and the years of your life will be many. I guide you in the way of wisdom and lead you along straight paths. When you walk, your steps will not be hampered. When you run, you will not stumble. There's an immense practicality here of what it means to pursue wisdom and embrace wisdom. It is huge for us. When he says, listen, my son, accept what I say, and the years of your life will be many, he's referring back to the promise made in Deuteronomy 6, Deuteronomy 11, and what Paul picks up on when he's in Ephesians chapter 6, where it says, obey your parents, for this is right, and it will go well with you as you live on the earth. This doesn't mean a guarantee that you will never die of an accident or something like that or get sick. What it's saying is if you pursue the ways of wisdom, these are the things that produce long life. If we pursue the ways of foolishness in the sense that we're not doing what God wants us to do, but doing what we want to do, and we follow the ways of the culture around us, we wind up doing things that could cut our life short. We can get involved in activities and substance abuse and pursuit of pleasure at all costs, things that cut our lives short. And we say that all the time, but people, they give this phrase, well, at least he was pursuing life to the full. Yeah, fullness of 15, 20 years, because they're interested in just personal pursuit of pleasure rather than the pursuit of wisdom. So it's not a guarantee you will live forever or a long time. It's saying pursuing the path of wisdom will pursue the things that will produce a long life as opposed to life that's cut short by not trusting God. I guide you in the way of wisdom and lead you along straight paths. This is the father pleading to his son, because he's seen the devastation of what happens when you don't embrace the ways of wisdom, when you do get involved in things that are destructive to you. And so this final practical application, when you walk, your steps will not be hampered. When you run, you will not stumble. See, if we're pursuing wisdom, that's the path of safety and security. It doesn't mean that crazy things won't happen in this life. They do. Unexpected things. But a pursuit that is given to wisdom, that honors God, that honors other people, that keeps you from areas that can radically mess up your life. And again, you don't have to be, if you read books, if you go to movies, if you read history, people getting messed up with substance abuse, alcohol, sexual misconduct, living the life for your own personal pleasure, those typically don't result in long life. And if they do, it's a miserable life. So Paul is saying, pursue wisdom. He's picking up on what is being said here by David and Solomon, and the years of your life will be many. That's what he's repeating in chapter 6 of Ephesians. That's what it means to pursue wisdom. This Memorial Day weekend, pursue wisdom. Don't get caught up in things that may be pleasurable for the moment, but wind up in a life that is cut short. It's that practical. Make God the desire of your heart. Make his wisdom the thing that's most attractive to you. And that's a good thought for Memorial Day. And we'll have more to say, especially on Monday morning, about Memorial Day. But thanks so much for being here. The Lord bless you, and as you prepare for meeting God and worship tomorrow. Bye-bye.